All right, so what is the reciprocal of 4? 1/4, yep. 2/3? 1/5? Mm-hmm. All right, so now solving for y, so what do I have to do to get the y by itself? Yep, divide by -2 to everything. So you get y equals 3 over -2. We're just going to keep it as -3 over 2. X. What's -8 over -2? Yep, plus 4. Okay, the next one, what do I have to do first? Yep, subtract 2x. 3y equals -2x minus 9. And then what? By 3. Y equals -2/3 x. -9 over 3 is minus 3. Any questions? Okay. Lucas? Focus. Okay, so we're doing parallel and perpendicular lines. This is the last one. Your objective is students will be able to determine whether lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither, and write equations of parallel and perpendicular lines.
How did the warm-up do this?
Hmm?
How did the warm-up do this?
You'll see. Because you have to like do this skill at some point in the reciprocal, you'll see. All right, so this lesson is pretty much everything that you already know. So you know how to do these problems. There's just like one piece of information that you're missing, and once you know that, then you're good, okay? And I'm going to tell you what that is right now. So parallel lines look like this, right? What can you tell me about the slopes of these two lines? They're the same, yep. So parallel lines have the same slope. So for example, this one is m equals 2, and this one is m equals 2. Same slopes. Ambrose, notes? Okay, and then perpendicular lines have what we call opposite reciprocal slopes, okay? They're basically the exact opposites of each other. Opposite meaning the signs, so one is going to be positive and one's going to be negative. And then reciprocal, we just went over. Opposite reciprocal slopes. So for the example, this one is m equals -3 over 2, and this one is m equals +2 over 3. Make sense?
So like one would have a slope of -4 and the other one would have a slope of 1/4.
Exactly. Yep. So that's pretty much the only new information that you need. So you're going to use that knowledge now to figure out your slope, and then you're just, from there, it's what you should already know from the last quiz. Okay? So let's go through it. So problem 1. A line passes through 12, 5 and is parallel to the graph of y equals 2/3 x minus 1. What equation represents the line and slope-intercept form? So it says it's parallel. So what can you tell me about the slopes? Same slope. Yep. So what is so this means same slope. What's the slope of this original line? 2 over 3. So what's the slope of my new line? 2 over 3. Yep. So we're going to use m equals 2 over 3. And the point they gave us, 12, 5. And we're going to use point slope form and convert it over. Okay? So we're going to do y minus 5 equals m, so 2/3, x minus 12. And then what do I have to do next to start converting it over? Distribute. So y minus 5 equals 2/3 x minus, so 2/3 times 12, what's 2 times 12? 24 divided by 3? 8. And then how do I finish this off? Add 5. So you get y equals 2/3 x minus 3. Got it? Yeah? I'm going to jump to problem 2, so we're going to do all the examples, and then we're going to go back through with whatever time we have left and do the gaudets. Okay? So let's jump to problem 2. All right, a line passes through 2, 4 and is perpendicular to the graph of that. So we know perpendicular or opposite reciprocal slopes, right? So what is the slope of this original line? 1/3, right? So what's this, my new slope? -3. Right? Yes? Okay. So we have m equals -3 and my point 2, 4. And you just do the same thing. So the only new thing is just figuring out what your slope's going to be. And then otherwise, you know from there. So y minus 4 equals -3, x minus 2. Distribute. So that's going to be -3x. What's -3 times -2? 6, so plus 6. Add 4. Y equals -3x plus 10. Good? Any questions at all? So guys, remember, math builds on itself. So if we were slacking when we learned this and on the last quiz, and you still don't know how to do this process, now you're way behind, okay? Because you need all of that stuff to do all the future stuff. So got to stay on top of it, especially this term and next semester. All right, let's jump to problem 3a. So the last type of question you're going to have is where it's going to ask you if two lines are parallel, perpendicular, and either. So the way that you're going to approach these is put them into slope-intercept form and look at what the slopes are. Or if it's in point slope form, you can figure out what the slope is without converting it. Okay? But you're trying to figure out what the slope is for that. So here I need to get y by itself, so how am I going to do that? So y equals -5/4 x plus 3. And this one's already good to go. So what is the slope of this one over here? 4 over 5. And what's the slope of this one over here? -5 over 4. So let's look at those two slopes. Parallel, perpendicular, and either. Perpendicular. Yeah, because they're opposite reciprocals. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, so this one's already good to go. Is y equals mx plus b. This one we need to rearrange. So what am I going to do first on this one? Yep, minus 4x. So we have negative 3y equals negative 4x plus 9. And then what? Yep, divided by negative 3. So y equals, what's a negative over a negative? Positive. So positive 4 over 3x. And then 9 over negative 3 is going to be minus 3. Okay, what is my slope of this original one? 3 over 4. And then what about this one? 4 over 3. So are those the same? Are they opposite reciprocals? They're both positive. So they're just reciprocals, not opposite reciprocals, right? So they have to be one positive, one negative, and reciprocals to count. So not perpendicular either, so this one would be neither. They'd probably cross somewhere, just not at a right angle, like perpendicular is. Good? All right, so let's go back to the first got it. You guys try that one. Take like 1 minute. And then you can move on to the next got it and the next got it as you're done, okay? And I'll be going over it. We're going to do the odds first because let's check them out. Or do you guys want me to just give you the answers to the got it and then write down lesson check and answers, and then you guys can bring questions if you have them? Just kind of do them tomorrow during class or your own time or whatever. Yeah? Okay. All right. So the first got it, you should get y equals 2x plus 5. The next got it, you should get y equals negative 1/2 x plus 9. The third got it, you'll get parallel. Okay, and then I'll write down the lesson check in those answers. So which are parallel and which are perpendicular? So A is y equals negative 1 over 6x. B is y equals 6x. And C is y equals 6x minus 2. Number 2, you're writing an equation. So passes through 3, negative 1. And it is parallel to y equals negative 4x plus 1. And then number 3 passes through 2, negative 3. Is perpendicular to y equals 1/2 x minus 5. Well, I'm going to give you guys the answers. So for this one, parallel is B and C. And then perpendicular is A and B, and then A and C.
I feel like this is just going better with pencil.
This one's y equals negative 4x plus 11, and this one's y equals negative 2x plus 1. Okay?